Hi everyone, I'm Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. Hey, it was a good day across the DMV. A good amount of sunshine, high pressure. It has lifted across Boston into Nova Scotia. It is retreating at this point, and our weather team is tracking all this rain for your Friday. Hey, we'll time it out coming up.
You're watching DC News Now at 9.
We're staying on top of breaking news tonight. 3 people found dead inside of a Northern Virginia home. A toddler found alive, a disturbing discovery by a housekeeper. We're outside the Springfield home as we work to find out how the 3 knew each other. Also coming up.
If I never have to hear another parent who lost their child screams, if I never have to hear that again, I'm okay.
A challenging job, some days excruciating. DC's future police chief has tough shoes to fill, and tonight, DC's former top cop weighs in on the position as a search gets on to find the next chief of police.
Plus, hate crimes up 250% in Maryland's largest school district. Coming up, we're hearing from the school superintendent on the district's new plan to crack down.
And we begin with that breaking news as we come on the air tonight. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz.
And I'm Mark Hall, filling in for Chris Flanagan tonight. A Fairfax County cul-de-sac lined with million-dollar homes is a crime scene.
Yeah, that after a grisly discovery in the basement. 3 people dead, apparently from gunshot wounds.
Yet the first call for help came about 5 hours ago from the home on Wild Spruce Drive. Max Marcella joins us now live with the latest. And Max, you've learned that a 2-year-old was found alive in the home, but they're not the only child who lives there.
No, that's right. There's 3 children who live in that home, police tell us. You mentioned that 2-year-old who was in the home. The other 2 children were not. And luckily tonight, all 3 of the children who live in the home are safe and taken care of. But as far as what's happened here tonight, well, it's just been a very somber and heavy day here in this neighborhood. A gut-wrenching, heartbreaking scene here in Springfield. Police consoling devastated people as they learn the news of what happened in this quiet Fairfax County neighborhood.
71 Delta confirmed here. Send medics.
2 men and a woman found dead inside the basement of a home on Wild Spruce Drive. Police speaking with neighbors and looking for evidence. Tonight, they're not offering conclusions, but saying they are not ruling out a murder-suicide.
So we are investigating and to determine if that is the case or if it's something else, but there were multiple wounds to the upper body, gunshot wounds to the upper body.
You said multiple gunshot wounds to all but one. What did the other?
A single gunshot wound.
This would be the 3rd murder-suicide in the last 2 months here in the county. In this case, police say a housekeeper found the bodies and called 911. Inside the home was a 2-year-old. 2 other kids lived there but were not inside at the time of the shooting. All 3 are safe and with friends and a nanny who lives in the home and was there today.
She was in one of the upper levels of the home. The gunshots were heard from the basement.
Overwhelming. I mean, it just happened so quickly.
Neighbors say police responded fast, though they are investigating if there was a delay between when the shots were fired and when they were called. But no charges have been filed against anyone, and police say this was a domestic incident. And we asked police if there were any instances of previous calls to the home. They said not in the last few years. Property records we've obtained show that the home was purchased around 2 years ago. That's in line with what some neighbors have told us when they say the family that lives there now moved about a year to 2 years ago. That's all that we're going to get from Fairfax County Police tonight. They do anticipate giving an update tomorrow, so when they do, we'll keep you updated with any new details on air and online. Reporting live in Fairfax County, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
Max, thank you. We're learning more tonight about what to expect as DC launches its search for a new police chief. Police Chief Robert Conte will wrap up his tenure with the Metropolitan Police Department on June 3rd. He's taken a job with the FBI.
Yeah, but as DC deals with a crime surge, what does this mean for a new chief, and what can we expect for that chief? Now, reporter Mariel Carbone joins us live from police headquarters tonight. She's been working to get answers to that, and Mariel, today we heard from the chief himself and also his predecessor.
Yeah, that's right. And Tasmin, the chief really said that this opportunity with the FBI was just too good to pass up. But we know this job here as chief in his hometown was really a dream job. Still, he says all the tragedies you deal with on the job has really weighed on him, and that is something the next chief has to be able to handle.
It is my highest honor to be able to serve the residents of the District of Columbia.
And with that, Chief Robert Conte begins to wrap up his 33-year career with the Metropolitan Police Department.
I'm able to leave out of here with my head high and my chest stuck out because I did everything that I possibly could for my city.
But he admits it hasn't been easy.
If I never have to hear another parent who lost their child screams, if I never have to hear that again, I'm okay.
Dealing with those tragedies will now fall to the next chief of police.
We are conducting a national search,
who the district is already searching for.
It's not an easy job. It's going to consume your life.
Peter Newsham knows what it takes to do the job. He's now the chief at Prince William County Police Department, but served as DC's police chief for 3 years.
I think the most important thing we need to do in policing today is to inspire our people to do this work.
The Deputy Mayor's Office of Public Safety and Justice will lead the search.
Excellent leadership, a commitment to crime fighting, and a commitment to DC values.
But some in the field say finding that person could be difficult. In a statement, Police Union President Greg Pemberton said, "We believe that this process will be significantly more challenging than years past due to the negative climate around law enforcement that have been promoted by certain DC council members."
I think you're going to have a wealth of very talented people that'll put in for the position. You get to see things that people in other jurisdictions just don't get to see in Washington, D.C.
Now, the position is already posted online, and it is requiring at least 15 years of policing experience. Mark and Tasmin, it also says as one of the responsibilities that the chief will be needing to build up and maintain a relationship between the police and the community. Reporting live from police headquarters, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. The surge, it comes as MPD facing an historic low in staffing, with the department losing 450 sworn officers since 2020. Well, to combat that, Councilmember Brianne Nadeau introduced a new bill today, and it would nearly double the pay for MPD cadets from about $37,000 to $60,000, and it would also increase the age limit from 24 to 33. The program prepares young D.C. residents to join the police force. Chief Conte spoke about the importance of the program today, which was expanded under his tenure.
We have expanded our police program to now have 118 young people, majority of them from Ward 7 and Ward 8. Half of those young women who are now having a paid salary. Their tuition is paid for. We're paying for their education.
Well, the district is also offering $25,000 hiring bonuses for new officers. It's planning a special Saturday hiring event this Saturday that allows applicants to complete several parts of the application in a single day. And you can find information on that and join mpd.dc.gov. Well, combining through city data, we're seeing overall crime in the district is up 25% compared to this time last year.
Yeah, one of the most jarring stats, 107% jump in car thefts. About 2,140 cars have been stolen around D.C. so far just in 2023. That's about 1,100 more than this time last year. Meanwhile, violent crime is up 7%. And though he'll be leaving in June, D.C.'s outgoing police chief tells his officers one way to cut crime this summer is this:
getting out of their vehicles and engaging with the community by being problem solvers, talking with community members to identify issues.
Yeah, so last year, D.C. police officers tried the concept in the 6th district. Chief Conte said homicides dropped by 10%. Violent crimes went down by 7%. We have an in-depth look at this new strategy on DCNewsNow.com right now.
Well, Tasmin, the sun was shining, at least I thought it was, but change is on the way.
Yes, there is. All right, we got our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb. We got rain on the way.
Yeah, change is always a good thing, right? You know, it's a different pattern that we are about to sit in across the DMV. It's losing our sunshine and our quiet conditions. We are tracking widespread rain throughout all day Friday afternoon into your evening, so please plan accordingly here. Some of these bands are going to produce some moderate rainfall across across the area. The winds, they are blustery right now, about 15 miles per hour across the suburbs of D.C. and surrounding counties. Really tight pressure gradient tomorrow afternoon, and so we're going to watch winds revving up throughout your day as well. 63 degrees at the 9 o'clock hour, and so still very mild out there, but some cooler air is definitely going to be in place with highs only in the upper 50s for tomorrow afternoon. Satellite composite radar, increasing clouds. What I do want to show you just to our south right now, you're noticing a little bit of green, and as you kind of see this wider view, here's the center of circulation out towards Knoxville. That's going to continue its track north and east. Now this starts to really rev up across our area overnight into your early morning commute. How much moisture are we talking about, and how will it impact you going into the weekend? I'll have your full forecast coming up.
So thank you. And new tonight, Montgomery County Public Schools Superintendent is detailing a new plan to fight back against a sharp rise in hate incidents.
Yeah, DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg talked with students and community leaders, and he joins us live from NCPS Administration Building. And Daniel, what's the reaction from the community tonight?
Well, Mark, people are happy that this topic is being discussed, but a fact that is quite alarming. Hate incidents are up more than 250% compared to last fiscal year, and pretty much everyone agrees that more needs to be done. Racist, anti-Semitic, and anti-LGBTQ incidents have been plaguing Montgomery County Public Schools this year.
These unacceptable actions have no place in MCPS. They must be called out and not allowed.
That's why Superintendent Dr. Monifa McKnight is outlining how MCPS is coordinating responses to incidents of hate and bias.
We will identify key experts in equity, cultural proficiency, and non-discrimination to respond to incidents and strictly scrutinize our system's decisions for evidence of equity.
Since July 1st, the beginning of the fiscal year, there have been 166 hate incidents. Anti-Semitic incidents more than tripled.
We're seeing it at increasingly younger ages. We have dealt with more elementary schools this year confronting anti-Semitic incidents than we ever have before.
Students who have faced discrimination themselves are appreciative action is being taken.
When you really reach out to the community and you say, we've heard your concerns, and you acknowledge that, but you provide such an in-depth and, detailed response on really what the county is saying to that. I think that was fantastic.
But some leaders say more needs to be done.
We encounter educators at the school level who have been trained in how to handle this and are very seasoned, and we encounter educators and administrators who are not.
McKnight is planning on training staff and adding more to the curriculum for students.
We will help all of the adults in our school system recognize and respond to hate and bias through training on hate and bias that all staff will engage in for next school year, and we will repeat this every year.
Now, MCPS did commission an anti-racist audit that was released this past October. McKnight says some of that work to prevent discrimination is in the works. Other stuff is in development, and she says that they are working with community partners to become more proactive to stop these hate incidents. We're live in Rockville, Maryland. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.